Hello, and welcome back to the Black Throne in Darksiders War Master Edition, where we are just about to go and fight a fairly straightforward boss. I say fairly straightforward because sometimes you can have problems with him. He has got only a couple really of mechanics to work with, but it involves aiming the Voidwalker, the portal gun, and you don't have a lot of time to work with them. And because it's not the easiest or speediest of things to aim accurately, it can get a bit frustrating and you can take a few hits, and I'm imagining on this harder difficulty those hits will hit hard. So let's see how we get on. Don't think it's possible to fall off the front there, but I could be wrong. So you'll see there's a portal here and a portal there, and you can skip between the two of them. Like that. But that's not what we want. We want to take a look at this giant red swirly pit of death. It is Straga, who you may remember lost his eye to us.
Your master chose.
Ooh, what's that strange glowy thing on its back?
How long will you run from Straga?
That's what we need to do.
Tricky horseman. Now it's Straga's turn.
Yes.
Straga will punish you for that.
I ain't scared of Straga.
Tricky horseman.
Nope.
Now it's Straga's turn.
Didn't actually hit as hard as I expected him to.
Tricky horseman. Now it's Straga's turn.
So this is the annoying bit. It's aiming on that. And then once he lifts it behind his head,
Straga will kill you again.
you can do that. Gonna summon some fallen angels this time.
Tricky horseman. Now it's Strogger's turn. This time, you will stay dead.
Don't think I will. Oops. Stupid pigeons.
Time, you will stay dead.
Any more for any more? Oh, yes. Ah. Oh, that hits you out the air anyway.
Strogger will kill you again.
Smash! You don't need that other eye, do you, Strugger? No? Ew. The rule of cool overrides how the Voidwalker actually works. Unless he has a portal thing inside his mouth.
Strogger and the tower are one. Now let's see how useful I can be.
Azrael is going to get us out of here. What? I don't know whether he stabilizes it or severs the link or what. No, it sounds like he's... it's just a way of getting them out. Weird thing is, you can get back to him.
Abaddon, alive, and I wanted so much to believe. I was such a fool.
So Abaddon died.
You saw Abaddon after he fell.
Saw him? I brought him here to Eden.
What treachery is this, Azrael? Eden doesn't exist. Not anymore.
Ignorant sprite. I bore witness as the first ones were cast out and the garden fell to ruin. I could not let heaven's first gift and greatest weapon simply rot, or worse, fall to darkness. I hid it away.
So this is the Garden of Eden.
Tree of knowledge. Then Abaddon has been to the tree.
Must draw upon its gifts now. If some way exists to stop the destroyer, the tree will show it to you. I never dared use it myself. Perhaps if I had, things would have been
Different.
different.
And Abaddon, what of his gift?
That was not for me to know. Each who comes before the tree receives a different gift. Some receive nothing. Others are driven mad by visions, or simply destroyed.
Which is why he's described it as heaven's greatest
I
weapon.
cannot say for certain.
Because knowledge is dangerous. Knowledge is power, as Khadgar would say. Lifestone. So, here we are at the Garden of Eden, which is very melancholy and cool. But we can't really get it anywhere just yet, because the bridge is out. Fortunately, something we can do about that.
There's no way across.
There is. For those who are worthy.
Or those who can fly.
Horsemen, you have fought against the darkness so long that it has marked you. Creatures of the light will sense it, as I have. In this place, you are worse than a demon. Conquer the shadow, then you may pass. Are you ready to face yourself in the light? Not all are prepared for what they see.
Ah, the Mask of Shadows.
Yes. You will see into the Shadow Realm for as long
So
as
this
you
is the
ever
final
last.
item that we can equip. And that will enable us to view a lot of those chests and stuff that we couldn't see before. And while we're wearing it, we can kind of slip into the Shadow Realm, and we get to fight this really cool version of ourselves in our kind of Dark Link moments. Ow! Oh, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do the backswing. Oh, and again. Oh, Chaos Form, eh? Man, I wonder if I can do... Oh, yeah. To be honest, I think the purple version looks cooler, but whatever. Punches! Thank you for that delightful refill.
Heaven's first gift awaits you. I will remain here with the Watcher.
I'm not letting the horseman out of my sight. Where he goes, I go.
Indeed. Go then, Darkling. Make for the tree. You will never reach the other side.
Rum.
Hurry up. And don't forget who holds the leash.
Yes. So, we can now slip into the Shadow World, and these chests that we've seen a couple of in the past we can now access in the Shadow Realm for a variety of different bits and pieces. The only problem that I've got with the Mask of Shadows is that, again, it's an equipable item, so it takes up one of our equipment slots. And that's kind of annoying. Right, there's actually a few things in Eden that we need to look out for. For example, this Wrath Shard. For example, chest of souls. For example, this chest of souls. There's no enemies to fight here. It is pure exploration. What's that? A waterfall with a secret behind it? Who'd have thought? And that is piece 8. Yes. Piece 8 of the Abyssal Armour. We're going to go and find the other couple of pieces of that shortly. But that is basically it in Eden. It is mostly a story-driven place, but it is very, very pretty. And they reuse, or I don't know whether reuse is the right term, but they use and expand upon a lot of the assets they created for Eden in the second game, where you follow death into heaven and hell. And obviously a lot of the heaven theme zones look kind of similar to this. So here, surrounded by these really cool statues, we have got a shining golden light. And beyond it, this tree, which reminds me, or rather the Yggdrasil in God of War reminded me very much of this, complete with the kind of sky colouring actually, when we were on our way to Jotunheim right at the end. But this is where a significant story beat happens.
Would you serve in heaven or rule in hell?
The storm is coming, Uriel. Soon, I will need you at my side.
I would follow you into hell, my lord.
Bang.
They knew. How did they?
The best laid plans, or so the humans used to say.
You did this?
You plotted and schemed to call us to this world. I simply took advantage of your initiative.
No.
I will consider this an offering, Abaddon. And you,
Gasp!
my loyal servant, join me and take up the mantle of the Destroyer.
So after Abaddon dies
Once
at
the
Straga's
throne
hand,
learns what you've done,
he
cast down, dragged in chains before the council. You're already damned. So I offer you this choice. Would you serve in heaven or rule in hell?
So Abaddon becomes the Destroyer.
Now, return to Azrael. Persuade him to help us. Then, together, we will change the face of the universe.
And that
Abaddon must be punished. He bends the law to his will, laughs in the face of the council. What proof do we have? The seals are intact. No doubt the angel had help, but from whom? Until we know, we must wait. His act breeds open defiance. The council weakens. How long before we are overthrown? We cannot stop Abaddon, but there are others who might, if they had reason. We dare not send the foe. Without proof, there is no justice, only murder. They will see no reason in this assassination. We will send one, for whom vengeance is reason enough. The blade is scattered. I guard the seventh seal. This world is ours. Heaven is ours.
You had to know it was a one-way ticket.
So, a lot of things to digest there. First of all, Abaddon is the destroyer. After he died, he was given a choice by a mysterious female voice to serve in heaven or rule in hell. And he's basically screwed, damned, as she says, either way. Second thing we've learned, that the council knows that something is up. They know that Abaddon was the cause of the problem, but they can't send the 4 horsemen because they don't have proof. The horsemen may be the council's enforcers, but they can't send them without any actual proof. But they can send War to act alone if he feels like he is on a quest for vengeance, for revenge, for redemption. They clearly don't take into account the fact that he's going to end up at the Tree of Knowledge, because of course nobody knows the Tree of Knowledge still exists except Azrael. And it's only from the fact that we released Azrael and helped him that we have gained this extra insight and opportunity. And then we've got some extra couple of scenes there of War with a big ass blade in his back, and it's the same blade, you'll notice, that Ulthane used to break the seals. And there's a reason why it's this specific blade. So let's grab hold of this. This sword always reminds me, for some reason, of the sword that Fierce Deity Link uses in... Is it Majora's Mask? Yeah, it was Majora's Mask. Which I still think is the coolest version of Link. But we've got the hilt of the Armageddon blade, which was shattered and broken and destroyed, or so they thought. But we've now got the ability to find all the pieces, because those glowy yellow things that I've been pointing out in various locations are actually the pieces of the Armageddon blade. We couldn't access them then because they were hidden in the Shadow Realm. But of course we can now access the Shadow Realm. Well?
Abaddon is the destroyer.
The Archangel?
He was betrayed. He is only a pawn in some greater game.
You must bring him peace.
Peace? Abaddon is the destroyer. I'm pretty sure peace is off the table.
Did you find any clues among the visions? A way to stop him?
There was a sword. One which broke the seals.
The Armageddon blade. But after the seals were broken, Abaddon ordered the blade destroyed on the very anvil of its creation. Horseman, I fear the blade is lost to us now.
Nope.
It will be made again.
Cha-ching!
What else did you see?
Abaddon guards the 7th seal. He plots with others to storm the White Gates. Uriel will lead the Hellguard against him and fail.
What else did you see?
I saw nothing else.
You liar!
I will
But he's not going to tell the Watcher that he knows.
The garden and its secrets will be lost forever. When you are ready, I will begin.
That, incidentally, is a lie. The garden and its secrets will not be lost forever, and this is not a one-way trip. You can come back here whenever you want. Bit of a dirty trick, actually, on the developer's part. But yeah, don't worry too much about leaving and coming back. Well, obviously you don't need to come back if you've got all the stuff from here, like I have. But if, for example, you didn't know about the Abyssal Armor piece there, you can always come back for it. random jiggy music in that serpent hole for some reason.
Seek Ulthane. He will help you. He must help you. Abaddon will have scattered the sword's remains, hidden them where none that walk in the light could find them.
Ah.
The Shadow Realm.
Yes. Use the Mask of Shadows. Assemble the broken blade. Then, return it to the forge of the Black Hammer. When this is done, return to me. Perhaps I can serve you one last time before the end.
Azrael, at any time you could have left me to my fate. Dead in the tower, lost among the ashes of Eden. Why do you help me now? When this is over, the Council will see that justice is done. I will kill Abaddon, and all who schemed with him.
We all must answer for our sins, Horseman. When the hour of my judgment comes, I will embrace it. Whatever the light decides. Go. Waste no more time on me. And tell Ulthane, he is the last hope of an old fool.
Yes. So,
It was scattered over this ruined world. Find the pieces, forge them at the hand of the Black Hammer, then return.
yeah, so you can talk to Azrael, if I remember correctly, to return to Black Throne, and you can use the portal there to return to Eden. And here is the first piece of the Armageddon Blade. So you'll notice that's one of those yellow dots, but in the Shadow Realm becomes a piece of the sword. Armageddon Blade Shard, one of the 7 pieces, and they are showed there. This slot here, incidentally, is, if I remember correctly, for the Hearts of the Chosen. And you'll notice that we are above where we fought the Stygian. And in the Shadow Realm, you can use those vents to get back up. So, finding the pieces of the Armageddon Blade is our end game quest. That is our goal. Once we have all 7 pieces, we can go and fight the final boss and kick its ass and have what, in my opinion, is a really cool kind of end game cinematic experience. Ulgrim, come on. Every now and again it takes a little bit too long to load those up.
See anything you like?
Yes.
You are as wise as you are powerful.
You are as wise as you are powerful. There's still a lot.
So, the final battle is before you.
Yes.
You are wise to seek help from old Vulgrim.
Yes. We are indeed wise. It's true. And you'll notice actually that the map shows you where the shards are. So you don't need to and ah about, oh god, where are they? Do I have to look through all the maps? It does tell you whereabouts you need to go. Which zone, anyway. And then you can figure out the specifics from there. But that's not what we're doing, first of all. Because before we go and face off against dear old Abaddon, aka the Destroyer, we need to further our protections. And to do that, greetings. To do that, we're going to go and pick up some bits and pieces. Because there are quite a few things that we didn't collect before, and that we can now collect because we've got things like the Mask of Shadows. What's this? Oh, look! Who'd have thought that was there? Oh my god! Electric fish! Do not want. And up and around here, there's that big ice block. Just guarding a chest. I can't remember what's in the chest. Ah, it's a Wrath Shard. You don't need to get everything in order to complete this game. It is perfectly possible to do without. You know, a lot of people say it's still far too easy as it is. It's not through there. Oops. I can work stairs. Up, 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 up. It's one of the pieces. Yeah, now this chest here that's marked on the map doesn't actually exist. Well, I think it kind of does exist, but it's bugged. Oops, that's the wrong button. This, on the other hand, is a Legion artifact, and that does definitely exist. Yeah, don't really know what's going on with that that chest. Right, next up. Hold on, where am I? The wrong place, that's where I am. Hey friends! Ow. I ain't scared of you. You, on the other hand. Nope. Pilgrim, I wish to use one of your serpent holes, and I wish to go to Scalding Gallow. Bum bum. So we're just going to go and get the last piece of abyssal armor to round out this episode. Because I think it's one of the more interesting pickups to see. And hopefully I can remember where it is. Abyssal armor. This legendary precision crafted armor allows war to sustain much more damage. And look awesome at the same time. There we go. Abyssal armor. Get. And we'll grab that while we're there. Okay, so in the next episode, we're going to go and grab all of the pieces of the Armageddon Blade and have a couple of encounters, shall we say, along the way. How cool do we look? Apart from that weird spike on the shoulder pad, which I think looks a little bit dumb. Ah. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. Remember to ring the bell to be notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.